Hello, hello, and welcome back to the American Chapter Podcast. We are so incredibly happy to have you back in our circle today for our 10th episode. Can you believe we've made it to double digits, Jacob?
It feels amazing. Welcome back, everyone. Take a deep breath, settle in. Maya, how are you really feeling today? You look like you've got a spark in your eye.
I do. I'm feeling invigorated. I've been doing a lot of soul cleaning lately, getting rid of old patterns. But I'll be honest, I'm also feeling a little tired because I'm unlearning some heavy habits. How about you, Jacob?
Honestly, I'm feeling centered, but I had a rough morning. I almost fell off the wagon with my new routine, but I pushed through. And that's exactly why we're here today.
Exactly. For all our B1 and B2 learners and our advanced C1 friends, today is for you. We're using a high-level mix of vocabulary today, idioms that will make you sound like a native, and beautiful phrases that describe the human soul. If you hear a word you don't know, don't sweat it. Seriously, just let the conversation flow. We have a dedicated review section at the end where we'll break everything down into your active notebook.
This isn't just a grammar lesson, this is life, just in English. So whether you're stuck in traffic, cooking a healthy meal, or just lounging on the sofa, you're part of this. Today's episode is a game changer. We're talking about changing your life for good.
But before we dive into the how-to, do us a favor. If you've been enjoying this journey, subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with someone who needs a little spark of change. And stay until the end. We want to hear your thoughts in the comments.
Our roadmap is simple. Part 1 is the deep talk. Part 2 is the active vocabulary breakdown, and we'll finish with a powerful shadowing practice to lock in that American rhythm. Let's get into it.
So, Maya, let's get real. People see us now and think we've got it all figured out. But I wasn't always the guy who woke up at 5 a.m. and drank green juice. I used to be a total procrastinator. I'd burn the midnight oil watching nonsense on YouTube and then wonder why I felt like a zombie the next day.
Oh, I feel that. My past self was the queen of people-pleasing. I would say yes to everyone else and no to myself. I had no boundaries. I was stressed, eating junk food at 11 p.m. just to feel some comfort. I was basically running on empty.
So, what was the catalyst? What made you stop?
Honestly, I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks about how 1% better every day leads to massive results. It's not about giant leaps, it's about incremental change. I started by just drinking 1 glass of water in the morning. That's it. One small win. What about you? How did you stop the midnight YouTube spirals?
I had to audit my circle, Maya. I realized my friends were all doing the same thing, complaining about life but not changing. I had to find people who shared my interests. Now, I plan my day the night before. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. It sounds rigid, but it actually gives me more freedom.
That's a huge point. Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's necessary. Now, my mornings are sacred. I wake up early, I meditate for 10 minutes, and I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. That positive state of mind changes how I handle stress for the rest of the day. It's like a shield.
And let's talk about the body. I used to think 5 hours of sleep was a badge of honor. Now, if I don't get my 7 or 8 hours, I'm useless. And walking, just a 30-minute walk every day has done more for my mental health than any fancy gym ever did.
It's so true. We waste so much time on nonsense, doom scrolling, worrying about things we can't control. But when you replace that with reading a book, learning a new language like our listeners, or traveling to see a new culture, your world expands. You realize that everything starts with those tiny atomic habits.
Exactly. It's the compound effect. You don't see the change in a day, but in a year, you won't even recognize yourself. So, to everyone listening, what's your 1% today? Is it eating a healthy meal? Is it finally starting that book?
And let's be real, Jacob. Starting that book isn't just about reading words. It's about mental travel. When you read or learn a new language, you aren't just memorizing. You're expanding the walls of your own mind. It's the same with actual travel. Getting out of your comfort zone and seeing how other people live, it makes your own problems feel so much smaller, doesn't it?
Totally. It's like a reset button for the soul. But you can't travel well if you're running on fumes. We have to talk about the physical stuff too. I used to think grind culture was cool, sleeping 4 hours and drinking 6 coffees. But honestly, it's a trap. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours is non-negotiable. It's the ultimate life hack. If you don't sleep, you can't be grateful, you can't be patient, and you definitely can't be productive.
Preach. And that leads into how we fuel ourselves. Eating healthy food isn't about looking a certain way. It's about having the energy to actually live the life you're building. When I stopped eating junk and started eating real food, my brain fog just lifted. I could finally think clearly enough to meditate. And meditation, that was the keystone habit for me. It taught me to observe my thoughts instead of being a slave to them.
That is so deep, Maya. Observe, don't react. That's a superpower. And for everyone listening, if you want to reach that state, you've got to audit your circle. You cannot live a positive life surrounded by negative people. Find those friends who share your interests, who push you to be better, and who celebrate your wins. If your friends are just people you waste time with on nonsense, it's time to move on. Your time is your most precious currency. Don't spend it on things that don't give you a return.
I love that. Don't spend your time, invest it. My advice to everyone tuning in right now, start with the golden hour. Wake up just 30 minutes earlier. Don't touch your phone, no news, no doom scrolling. Use that time to plan your day, to breathe, and to practice gratitude. Tell the universe or yourself 3 things you're thankful for. It sounds simple, but it rewires your brain for happiness.
And don't forget to move. You don't need a marathon, just a 30-minute walk in nature. It clears the cobwebs out of your head. So, here's our challenge to you. Don't try to change everything tomorrow. Just pick one of these: sleep, walking, or that 1 glass of water, and stay consistent. Consistency is the bridge between a dream and reality.
I love that image, Jacob. But here's the thing. You can't cross that bridge if you're carrying a backpack full of heavy rocks. And those rocks, that's your past. So many of us are trying to change our lives while we're still looking in the rearview mirror, obsessing over mistakes we made 5 years ago. You have to forgive that old version of yourself. She didn't know then what you know now. Let her go.
Man, that hits home. I used to be my own worst critic. If I messed up once, I'd tell myself, "See, you're a failure." That internal dialogue is toxic. It's like having a roommate in your head who hates you. You have to switch that narrative. Instead of "I failed," try "I learned a lesson the hard way." That's a positive state of mind. It's not about being happy-go-lucky all the time. It's about being resilient.
Exactly. It's about reframing. If you have a bad day, don't let it turn into a bad week. Your attitude is the only thing you truly own in this world. When you wake up, instead of thinking about what you have to do, think about what you get to do. I get to go to work. I get to practice my English. That tiny shift in perspective is a game changer for your nervous system.
And listen, guys, if you're struggling with a negative loop, my advice is to stop being so hard on yourself. You wouldn't talk to a best friend the way you talk to yourself, right? Be your own biggest fan. Celebrate the fact that you even want to change. That desire alone puts you ahead of 90% of people who are just sleepwalking through life.
So true. The past is water under the bridge. Today is the only day that matters. If you want a better life, you have to start acting like the person who already has that life. How does that person think? How do they react to stress? They don't panic, they breathe. They don't complain, they find solutions. It all starts with that quiet, internal yes to yourself.
Before we officially head out, we wanted to leave you with some golden nuggets. We've pulled a few snippets from speeches by people who have truly reached the top. These aren't just quotes, they are life philosophies.
I love this part. First up, we have to talk about Will Smith. He has this famous story about building a brick wall with his brother. He says, "Don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. You do that every single day, and soon you have a wall."
That is Atomic Habits in a nutshell. Focus on the brick, not the wall. And then there's Denzel Washington. In one of his most famous commencement speeches, he dropped this truth bomb. Without commitment, you'll never start.
But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Keep working. Keep striving. Never give up.
It's so true. Consistency is the boring secret to success. And finally, a classic from Aristotle that has stood the test of time. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit.
Think about that. You don't become excellent one day. You practice excellence until it's just part of your DNA. These people didn't have magic powers, they just had better routines. Let these words ring in your ears this week whenever you feel like bailing on your goals.
That was a lot of soul talk. Now, grab your active notebooks. Let's look at the gems that will level up your English. Okay, let's open those active notebooks. Jacob, let's start with invigorated. I love this word because it's so much stronger than just saying you're happy. It's that surge of physical and mental energy, like that alive feeling you get after a cold shower or a long walk.
Exactly. And if you're looking for the spark that actually starts a life change, that's your catalyst. It's the one event or realization that sets everything else in motion. For me, seeing an old photo of myself was the catalyst to finally hit the gym.
But don't expect a transformation overnight. Real change is incremental. That just means it happens in tiny, steady steps. It's not a giant leap. It's a slow build.
To make it stick, you need a keystone habit. Think of this as the boss habit. It's the one thing, like exercise or meditation, that naturally makes all your other good habits fall into place.
And if you don't have those habits, you get brain fog. We've all been there, that fuzzy, cloudy feeling in your head where you can't focus or think clearly because you're tired or eating poorly.
Right. And mentally, you've got to stop living in the rearview mirror. It's a metaphor for obsessing over the past. If you're always looking at what's behind you, you're going to crash into what's in front of you.
For real, you have to let the past be water under the bridge. That means it's gone, it's flowed away, and it's no longer worth your energy or worry.
I try to stay happy-go-lucky about it. It describes a person who is naturally cheerful and doesn't let future stresses or past mistakes ruin their mood.
I love that. But we're human. You might fall off the wagon. This is a classic idiom for when you fail to keep up a good habit. If you miss a day, don't quit. Just get back on the wagon tomorrow.
And please stop burning the midnight oil. It means staying up way too late to work or study. It's not productive. It just leaves you exhausted the next day.
And it usually leads to doom scrolling. That's when you're stuck on your phone late at night, endlessly scrolling through bad news until you feel anxious. It's a total trap.
It really messes with your internal dialogue. That's just the self-talk or the conversation you have with yourself inside your head. If that voice is mean, you're in trouble.
That's why you need reframing. It's the psychological trick of changing how you look at a situation, like seeing a problem as a challenge instead. It changes everything.
Whatever you do, don't go sleepwalking through life. It means living on autopilot, just going through the motions every day without any real purpose or awareness.
Because you want to use the compound effect. This is the strategy where small, boring wins today multiply over time into massive rewards. It's like interest on your habits.
It all starts with your golden hour. That's the very first hour of your day. If you use it to plan and breathe instead of checking your phone, you set the tone for the whole day.
And finally, keep that positive state of mind. It's not about being perfect. It's a mental choice to focus on solutions and the bright side of life. It's the ultimate habit. I feel so incredibly centered after that. I truly hope today's discussion was as helpful and interesting for you to listen to as it was for us to record. We really went deep today, and I hope you felt that shift in your energy.
For real. And don't forget, the words and idioms we covered today are more than just vocabulary. They're the tools that will level up your English for sure. You're now equipped to talk about your growth, your mindset, and your future, like a native speaker.
If you enjoyed this episode and want to stay part of this journey, please subscribe to our family, hit that like button, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder of how much power they have to change their life.
Question of the day. What is one thought or habit from your past that you were ready to let go of today? Let us know in the comments. Let's leave that weight here together and start fresh.
I'm Maya, he's Jacob, and this is American Chapter. We are so incredibly grateful for your presence. Stay brave, stay consistent, and remember, you are the author of your next chapter.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.